Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Celebrity Trenches. I'm Jamie East.
I'm Alice Brine.
How you doing? Good weekend?
Yep, very good. Hectic
Lovely.
weekend. How about you?
Oh, good.
Good.
A big weekend. Eurovision was on.
That was pretty big.
Did you watch it?
I mentally did.
What's different? So what? You just neurologically tuned in?
That doesn't make any fucking sense. I did not want to.
Yeah.
And then I found myself in a situation where I was watching it.
Against your will?
Well, I guess, but also like there was nothing else on. And also like you kind of have to.
You do kind of.
If you stumble across it on the channels and there like Delta Goodrem comes up and she's singing, you're like, well, I need,
Delta Goodrem. Oh. So she was representing
Australia.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know why Australia are in Eurovision, and I've had a problem with it, I guess, even though I don't really care about Eurovision for a while. But then I saw her sing, and I was like...
You were blown away.
Actually, on the Delta Goodrem train.
She was clearly the biggest star of the night, right?
Yeah, and that's when I found out. I was like, how the fuck is Delta Goodrem allowed to qualify?
Yeah.
And then I text my mate, who's a Eurovision fan, and she was like, anybody can do it. She was like, Adele could do Eurovision for the UK if she wanted to.
I mean, I think she's going to have to at some point because I was right. What was it? Computer says no.
Look, mum, no computer.
Look, mum, no computer with Eins, Wein, Drei.
Yeah, which is why is it that like
came last with no point. I had a single point from the judging panel, 0 point from the public vote. Is it any wonder it was dog shit? I do not know why we bother.
I will say I didn't really understand it. I thought the performer worked quite hard. Good for them. But what the fuck was that?
There was a great clip of afterwards, the aftermath. The poor guy got left on his own.
The BBC.
Sat on his chair. The BBC delegation went straight to the bar.
They said, fuck this guy and his rubbish song.
I just don't, Sam Ryder, when we tried hard, right? When Sam Ryder sang Spaceman, we found a great singer.
Yeah.
We put a bit of effort into the song, and it was just a genuinely like good pop kind of thing. Even when we had Ollie Alexander from Years and Years performing, he got 0 points as well.
What?
He came bottom.
He's fab.
Yes, but the song was shit.
Oh, yeah. To be honest, this is my genuinely first time ever watching Eurovision.
Is it?
Yeah, and it was because I happened to be home.
And last?
Probably, unless I happen to be home again on another Saturday. But the Delta Goodrem method, I think, is the way to do it because her profile was like shot back up. She just sold out a whole tour in Europe immediately. I was about to buy tickets.
Right.
And I'm like, if you need a bit of promo, do Eurovision.
See, so she did it. She used Eurovision rather than Eurovision.
Kind of. I mean, I think there was some give and take, but kind of like she's like, I want to get back in the scene. I know what I'll do.
Where does she come?
In Eurovision. I think like third or fourth or something.
Okay.
She was doing really well. But it's she's also an amazing singer. She sounds like Celine Dion. So there's also that.
Fair enough. I mean, I feel at this point that we should just stop it. If you keep turning up on a night out with your friends and everyone just ignores you, how many nights out do you give it before you just go, you know what?
They don't like me.
I just get the feeling I'm not welcome here.
But also it's huge. Like it's one of those things, sort of like the television program Mrs. Brown's Boys, where when you see it, you're like, why the fuck is anyone enjoying this?
Yeah.
And then you find out, not just anyone, millions and millions of people are enjoying this. And then you go, I actually live on a different planet to everybody else.
Yeah. Never underestimate
I'm actually a
little
real tiny little percentage of this planet. Majority of you guys love Eurovision and love Mrs. Brown's Boys.
We're just wrapped up in our liberal media bubble.
I have this unfortunate thing called taste, and it's really getting in the way of my life.
Oh, I tell you what wasn't boring. If I said to you like 6 weeks ago, Venezuela Fury, you'd have said, right?
Is there a row happening in Venezuela?
The toppling of Maduro, right?
I'd be like,
the jailing of the leader of Venezuela in a New York
Gen Z
prison.
having an uprising again.
However, nowadays, like this is how fast the media cycle moves on. Nowadays, when you say Venezuela Fury, I'm talking, this is a numbers game, right? I'm talking 16, the age of the bride. I'm talking 18, the number of bridesmaids. And I'm talking 2, the amount of people that were arrested after police turned up and took away things in an evidence bag from the reception. I'm talking 50, a 50-foot train.
I'm also talking 1, number of is it Biggie Smalls? Yeah, number of Biggie Smalls tracks played whilst walking down the aisle.
I mean, the most romantic of all the rap songs.
I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. She's walking down the aisle, holding her phone.
Oh my God. I mean,
let my tape rock. Yeah.
I don't want to be disparate, and I'm aware that there is a huge cultural difference.
Yeah, totally.
Between the Travellers community, which is Tyson Fury, self-proclaimed Gypsy King, is from. However, 16 years old feels like, in the Lord's year of 2026, feels terrifyingly young to get married to a 19-year-old boy.
As an adult looking back now, I'm like, they're both just children.
Terrifyingly so, right?
But also, when you watch it, I feel like they've just gone, she's having a big sweet 16th party. She happens to be getting married at it. Don't blow the budget out. Don't take it too seriously. We're just going to have a laugh. Make sure there's enough money in the budget for actually the divorce as well. Yeah. Like, that's been factored in the budget of this wedding.
I don't think travellers get divorced, do they?
What?
I don't think it's.
Well, then
I'm sure people are going to comment and correct me otherwise, and I'm certainly not being disparaging. Please don't.
I have no idea.
My house.
I have no idea.
But yeah, I think it's a very different. I think you ride it out quite hard. When I was doing Big Brother, Paddy Doherty. Have you heard of Paddy Doherty?
Probably.
He was when my big fat gypsy wedding.
Oh my God, I loved that show so much.
That was a genius.
God, it was good.
When that aired on TV, Paddy Doherty was like the king of the gypsies then. Tyson Fury was a mere slip of a.
Was he a boxer?
7-foot-year-old. He was a bare knuckle.
No,
fighter.
like cage fighting without the cage.
Yeah.
Pub fighting.
And he ended up winning Celebrity Big Brother.
Okay.
I had to go and.
So he's got a heart of gold secretly deep down then.
I'm not sure. If he did have a heart of gold, it was taken from someone else. Right?
Once they were dead, ripped out of them.
I had to go and film at Paddy's house or caravan park in Salford.
Right.
And again, big up to the travelling community. No shade is thrown. Genuinely the most terrifying few days of my life, right? Before we went, we had to have a debrief from a security expert to advise us on how to protect all of our equipment. Right. We got given.
You're like one of those international journalists.
Exactly. Well, even here.
Did you have a vest on your chest that said press?
Flak jacket.
Press.
What we did have, and this is no word of a lie, we got given 2 carrier bags full of cigarettes.
Oh yeah, cool.
So.
Gifting is a really big important part of the culture.
It was kind of gifting. It was like being chased by a swarm of geese and throwing bread in the opposite direction to avoid getting bitten. We arrived and
it's smart.
And everyone was delightful, right? And but we got out and swarms of kids just immediately descended on us. What camera you got there? How much is that worth? How much is this worth?
And you were like,
all
whoa.
of us absolutely shitting ourselves. We had to just take out packets of cigarettes and lob them into the distance as far as you can. So these kids would just go running after the cigarettes, at which point, and we had to do that all day.
Yeah, so just make sure you've got a couple of packs of ciggies on you at all times to just sort of scare off the 9-year-olds.
It was terrifying. I completely lost my train of thought. I don't think that was part.
We were just talking about.
I think she still threw a bouquet. She didn't throw packets.
I heard that she walked down the aisle with her phone, which if I was 16, yeah, I too would. I would have had a bedazzled Motorola flip phone, the pink one, and I would have held it like this, and it would have had a photo of flowers on it.
The razor.
And then Run DMC would have been playing in the background, and I just would have been like, I do.
And you'd been playing Snake rather than concentrating.
Yeah. And I would have wagged school for the day.
My favourite fact of the whole ceremony was that Peter Andre performed.
Good on him.
Peter Andre.
That feels like the parents getting involved. I don't think she wanted Peter Andre to perform. She probably wanted
Peter Andre didn't want Peter
K-pop
Andre
Demon Hunters to perform. But for some reason,
Tyson Fury's got the money, right? He could have got K-pop.
Yeah, but that's what
Demon
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As soon as I watched it, I went, they've held back on the budget for this because this is a 16-year-old getting married.
Peter Andre launched the flat white in the UK, It's my favourite.
Wait,
it's my second favourite Peter Andre fact.
But I don't understand. because I should know about that because New Zealand goes on and on and on about how they've invented the flat white.
Right. You may have invented it, but it was not a thing in the UK.
So what happened between it getting invented and it getting over here that they went, do you know who's going to PR that? Peter Andre.
Costa Coffee were the first people to launch the flat white in the UK. Okay. And they paid Peter Andre to be the first guy to brew a flat white in a store, and a big launch was
But he's
had.
never been around a flat white in his life. He's big into big natural, big chesty girls. So I don't know what he's got to do with a flat white. I mean, that would be the opposite of what he's interested in.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
That's my second favourite Peter Andre fact. My first favourite Peter Andre fact, is the fact that he once gave himself potassium poisoning after eating 60 bananas in one day.
Okay.
Let's just
a sort of human cartoon.
Let's just think about that.
Just a human cartoon running around. Did he do it as a bit, or was he just really into bananas at the time?
It was when he was in his mysterious girl phase, and he would like do 100 sit-ups every kind of like 30 seconds to stay pumped for the cameras. And for some reason, bananas were high on his agenda. That guy kind of shit for weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy. And also, you get radioactive when you eat too many bananas.
Do you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the number is unbelievably high. But like, if you have a shipping crate of bananas, and then you have a shipping crate of sticks, and you scan both of them to see.
Sticks?
I don't know. This is you scan both of them to see which one has radioactivity. The sticks will have none, and the bananas will have some.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It needs to be like a crate load.
This is like the rest is science.
Yeah, I know. I need to have a separate podcast on the side where we write down all the science facts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's get that going. I also want to do another podcast called Always the Bridesmaid, because of how much drama there is going on in my daily life about fucking bridesmaids and hen parties.
How many bridesmaids are too many bridesmaids? Because I'd say
18.
18 bridesmaids.
If you're 16, stop at 16. That's the rule. Everybody knows that.
The law is you can't have any more bridesmaids than
your own age.
Your own age.
Or maybe your husband's age. So maybe she could have gone up to 19.
She could have found another one.
Yeah.
Well, we wish them all the best.
Yeah,
Marriage
to me,
is a beautiful thing.
Marriage is just such a load of shit anyway that it doesn't bother me. And people are like, aren't they a bit young? And I'm like, to be honest, I think people are a bit old to be getting married, because shouldn't you know by now that is a fucking stupid idea? 16-year-olds are like, I want to get married. It's going to be beautiful. Life's going to be amazing. And I'm like, yeah, you're the right age to be dumb enough to get married.
Wow.
Over 16, grow up. What are you doing walking down a fucking aisle?
Not a fan of marriage there.
Well, like, I mean, you can be with someone for your entire life or whatever. That's cool.
Yeah.
But like, marriage is, what are you doing? What is this song and dance and hoopla? All weddings to me are 16-year-old weddings.
Okay, fine. I got married in front of a shoe factory.
Did you have shoes on?
We did have shoes on.
I would have done it without the shoe.
Fine.
As a protest. But that's quite cool.
Well, as if you're on Bali. As if you're in Bali on like one of those weird
in-
weddings with white linen suits on.
Oh my God, that is
shoes.
every New Zealand wedding.
Yeah.
But why did you get married in front of a shoe factory?
Derby Registry Office was at the time in 1998 in front of. I
wasn't even born.
In front of a shoe factory. That's depressing.
I was.
You were.
I was very born. That's quite cool though.
Yeah, thank you very much. Still going strong.
Well done.
Still going strong.
Yeah, so maybe marriage is good.
Well, my marriage is good.
Yeah,
I'm
great.
not saying all marriages are
Actually,
good.
when I say marriage, like being monogamous with someone forever, I'm totally down for.
There we go.
But I mean, it's the wedding that bothers me.
Just the ceremony.
What the fuck are we? Okay, so I'm just going to stand here and watch you guys kiss. You're not finding that weird? Your mum's here. Your dad's here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This is true. You've got something for me. What are we talking about now?
There's big cheese going down. The most important thing that we need to discuss is the Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh.
Road rage incident. Well, it's actually what I've written. Benedict Cumberbatch caught, I wrote some headlines, caught in the most British bike rage incident ever filmed.
It's beautiful.
So what's happened is all you get to see is a clip caught fly on the wall. Someone started filming.
We see after the event, right?
Yeah, post whatever's caused it. Mm-hmm. And Benedict Cumberbatch is there with his bike and his bike helmet, full on British arguing with some other old guy and his bike helmet, and he's wearing like a bike balaclava, and the conversation sounds like it's from the 1800s.
Yeah.
And they're sort of on the side of the road at the lights, and the angry man in the balaclava is going, "You are running red lights," and then Benedict goes, it's my favorite. Oh, should we play the clip?
Should we watch it? Yeah, let's play
the clip. Play the clip. Roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
You're deluded. Take it
You
on
are
the
lying. I was behind you the entire time.
You verbally abused me. I break my right to stop
I
you.
verbally abused the guy who completely repeatedly broke the
I
law.
didn't once.
And then you went
I've
to
admitted to it.
the crossing.
No, I did not.
No, I did not.
I am this.
It's beautiful, isn't it? And
It's so British.
And what I like about it is also it must have been the worst possible thing to happen to someone like Benedict Cumberbatch, who I guess like prides himself on being an upstanding citizen.
That's what the whole thing is to me. Is it's very Jobsworth meets Jobsworth. It is snitch on snitch crime.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's this particular type of cyclist, not all cyclists, myself as a line biker.
I mean, most cyclists, let's be frank.
But there's like where the general way of describing a lot of their personalities is man who thinks he's never made a mistake in his life.
Yeah.
That is kind of the vibe you get from a lot of these
I
cyclists.
mean, that's most men.
Yeah, well. And then you can see here that you've got two who have met.
Yeah.
And they both think they've never made a mistake in their life. And they're arguing about it. But my
Fire
favourite thing
meets
is
fire.
when he goes, "You've run red lights. You've been running red lights." And then Benedict goes, "I ran one red light and I admitted to it." And it's just so petty. But why it's going on for so long that they've moved. They're like, "Oh shit, we're in the way of ongoing traffic. We're causing it. This fight is causing an inconvenience."
Yeah.
Instead of doing the thing that would stop it from being a problem for the oncoming traffic, which is stop arguing and move on with your life.
Yeah.
They've gone, "Let's take this to the side of the road
and have a mass
and just
debate.
keep it going."
The best bit was when two kids were watching, they went, "Is that Doctor Strange?" And he turned around and went, "Not at the moment. Not right now." You don't know who Doctor Strange is, do you?
It's like Doctor Who but Marvel.
It is like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Marvel.
So it's just like nerd stuff.
It must have been celebrities being caught in kind of like human situations will never not be amazing.
It's like watching a dog walk on its back hind legs.
Yeah.
Or like a bear walking. And you're like, God, is that a man in a costume or is that a bear?
Amazing. Or is it Benedict Cumberbatch?
But here's the thing. He takes his helmet off. And I'm like, that's when it's, to me, I went, is this PR for like a show coming out? Because
Oh, okay.
I feel like if you're standing there arguing with some guy and then you see a bunch of school kids filming you and you're Benedict Cumberbatch, you'd be like, oh, let me put my helmet on and like try and get this argument over with and like maybe cover my face. Like, I don't want this. But instead he's like, actually, let me even reveal a closer up shot. And I'm like, is this going to be a scene from a film that comes out soon? Or
Yeah. Maybe it is.
Watch the space.
We have to talk about Katie Price's missing husband.
He's done a runner. He's ghosted her.
I am so invested in this. I put up on the TikTok at Celebrity Trenches over the weekend. Like, what is this? What is the celeb story that is taking over your entire life at the moment? By an overwhelming majority, people are fully invested into the Katie and Lee kind of chaos, right? Rewind to last week. She went on Good Morning Britain. She was supposed to be appearing with him. He, lo and behold, had business to attend to and was at the airport but couldn't leave. Since then, it's turned out that he also did that trick on his ex. So sent FaceTime videos from the airport saying that he couldn't get across. However, it's been upgraded, I'm going to say, into kind of like DEFCON 2 pricey level, right? She has now come back. She got a bit aggy on her podcast, right? Where up until now she's been very defensive, and this is not, I love him. He's genuine. He had some business to attend to. It's not a scam. He's not AI. A lot of people think he's AI, right? It was just a genuine kind of like paperwork thing, blah, blah, blah. However, on a podcast, she went, he's magging me off. We've seen a little glimmer of bite back from the old KP. Today, she's now saying that he's been declared missing.
Yeah, I saw that in the video.
As we speak now, he has gone missing in somewhere in the UAE. Question: has he really gone missing?
No.
Or has he turned his phone off? The biggest red flag for me was when Katie said something like, "I can no longer see his location."
He's gone. He's no longer on my Find My Friends.
Even being on your Find My Friends, I think, is a bit strange.
No, everyone's Find My Friends. I could tell you where
Are they?
I could tell you where everyone I love is right now.
What?
Yeah.
Is that for like safety? Is that like?
Well, it normally starts with like a music festival that you're at and no one's phone
Right,
works.
okay, yeah,
but then also like some people are really into it. I definitely forget it exists.
Yeah.
But my friends will text me and say that they're like, why? I'll literally like be caught on a one night stand. They're like, why are you in Croydon? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Why are you in Croydon at 9 a.m. on Sunday? Excuse me? And then it's just, people, but it getting turned off, that's crazy because you have to like remove it's quite a big deal to remove someone from Find My Friends.
So you can't even just turn your phone off?
No, if my phone could be off and they would still be able to find me.
So for him to have removed her, I mean, that's not a great sign,
But
right?
what's so has she met this man?
I believe they have met once or twice.
And that's her, and
he
now they're
slid
boyfriend
into her
girlfriend.
DMs like literally about 2 weeks after she'd split up from the last fella.
And then so she meets him once in Dubai or something.
Yeah.
And now they're
they get
boyfriend
married.
girlfriend. They got married.
No, they're married.
Oh my
whether,
God.
whether or not it's legal is another. But there was a big song and dance, big kind of like Instagrammy kind
How
of
did
thing.
I miss that?
Oh, it's a beauty.
I think I was just reading the headlines like it's the same bigger deal. Like it's just ridiculous. Like meet someone and be in a super serious relationship with them.
See, do you like Katie Price?
I think she's a very misunderstood person. I think she's a very vulnerable adult, and I think she has never like. I think she just got the flack of the early 2000s and has had a shit run. And every now and then I've seen her just be really funny. And I think she's actually not a fucking idiot. And she says quite funny things and she has kind of amazing, like she's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like she's not someone I want to rag on like Sydney Sweeney, who's like definitely a Republican.
No, I don't. Yeah, I agree with that. I think
But I think she's a really vulnerable adult.
nobody but Katie Price thinks this guy is any good, right?
I know, it's really upsetting.
Even her sister Sophie, who does the podcast with her, has been kind of trying to kind of, come on, Katie, what's going on here? And Sophie's really nice. I know Sophie, and she's looking out for her sister, right?
Yeah, of course.
I think she's probably the only person that is. I think she's had a bad run, and what I feel sorry for is that she's clearly too trusting. She's clearly addicted to being in love, or whatever her version of love is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's reassurance and validation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think she needs some time on her own.
I just think she's just been absolutely brutalized by the planet over her journey. And
Yeah.
she was like back in the day, she was doing things that now are like no one has a big deal about. Like every headline was like this, 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 and this. And she's just never had anyone like validate her. And I think she just probably craves that for most of her life.
She also launched an iPod case, a Katie Price iPod case, by wearing a tiara made out of iPod cases.
I mean, see, that is brilliant. And I can imagine her in
How do you argue against something like that?
So I need to see a photo of that.
So, Katie, if you're watching or listening,
I don't think she is.
I'm going to send it to her. I've got a WhatsApp. I'm going to WhatsApp her. So, Katie, please get rid. Do yourself a favour and get rid.
I think she kind of has. In the video I was watching, she was like, I've not heard from him, da-da-da-da-da. She seemed quite over it. But she also seemed like she kind of was like, is he dead?
We don't know. Maybe. I mean, imagine by the time this goes out on Wednesday, his body has been discovered.
Oh my God, R.I.P. And sorry for all the comments we made.
If that's what's happened, R.I.P.
Sorry,
Lee.
guys. Sorry about it. Sorry.
You're with the angles now.
I do regret some of the words I chose when... Just do your formal apology now and then cut.
Imagine if he gets found dead and it turns out he was a billionaire and Katie Price has just inherited £1 billion.
Oh, thank God. That's what she
in which
needs.
case, congrats, Katie. You go get your bag, girl. You did good.
I feel like she would still be on TikTok shop flogging moisturizers though, even as a billionaire, and that's what I like about her. She's a people's person.
God bless her. We salute you, Katie, and all who sail in you.
Now, do you know who James Charles is?
Now,
because this is when we're getting a little bit sort of millennial.
Bit Gen Z.
No, millennial.
Is James Charles a makeup artist?
A YouTube makeup artist who looks surprisingly like Kris Jenner.
And was there some very weird scandal? Was there some kind of
There has been so many
dodginess
scandals
going on with this guy?
With James Charles, he is often on YouTube, and then a YouTube scandal is almost entirely every single time about nothing.
Right,
So
okay.
one of the greatest YouTube scandals of all time involved like 10 of the biggest YouTubers in the world at the time. It's like probably like 2016, 2015 type thing. And it was about a vitamin gummy and tickets to Coachella.
Right.
And everyone ended up making 6 different apology videos that were an hour long each.
We don't get enough apology videos anymore.
It was like absolutely incredible. So I saw the James Charles headline popping up and it was honestly just like, oh, whatever. It's just going to be another like thing about someone borrowed somebody's hair clip.
Yeah.
Like it's just going to be crazy. This is actually really, really bad.
Okay.
Like, so James Charles has 44 million TikTok followers
Yeah.
and like 30 million Instagram followers.
Yeah.
And must be getting DMs all day long in the requests folder that just get ignored because that's how it works. Spirit Airlines in the States has gone bankrupt
Right.
and laid off something like 4,000 employees in one day.
Okay.
And in that day, as part of the regular hundreds of thousands of random DMs that James Charles must get,
Yeah.
he receives one for some reason that he decides to click on and read from a ex-employee of Spirit Airlines who's been laid off.
Yeah.
And she sends him a message going like, I've been laid off from Spirit Airlines. I've made this GoFundMe. I'd really appreciate it if you could donate, da-da-da-da-da. I imagine he probably gets like billions of requests a day for
Yeah.
donations for random shit. But for some reason, James
Shoot
Charles...
for the moon, though.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know if it's going to work. She's
Yeah.
probably... Who cares?
Probably sent it to like Chris Martin.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
All of those guys.
Exactly. He see Chris Martin would so donate.
Yeah, he would. Hey, yeah, sure.
He would
man.
donate first of all like a big dose of love,
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
and you'd
just
be like,
noth-
"Thank you for the
nothing-
dose of love. Can I have some cash?"
Nothing but peace.
Yeah. But James Charles decides to make a video about how terrible this person is for asking this, and it is the most out of touch shit I've ever heard in my life.
Right.
Should I play you it?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, cool. Here it is.
And he looks like a 50-year-old woman.
He
right?
looks like Kris Jenner.
Like a makeup counter.
You'll probably never see this.
Okay, hang on.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now. Here's the GoFundMe link. Any donations help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled. And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you.
Oh my
Why?
God.
Why would I ever help you? You're
It
not
goes
fair.
on.
You don't even...
It goes on. It goes on.
Wow. That felt like something. That felt like the Joker out of a Batman film.
It's crazy. And also, James Charles, I'm not to say that being a YouTuber isn't a real job, has never had a real job in his life. Like, he's never had to write a CV and hand it in at Dunkin' Donuts and be like, can I have a job, please? There's so many layers here of why this is fucked.
So he opened that up on his DMs. He had a myriad of choices, right? He was just like, I could just stick this person $50. Or
I can
$500.
ignore this message.
I could ignore this message. I could donate, or I could just reply going, no thanks. Or, as he's gone, I could publicly shame this person. Did he name her?
But he
Right.
posted that video and then immediately deleted it. And then, I mean, look it up when you get home. Goes on to make makes an apology video.
So he apologizes for that behaviour.
But that's worse. The apology video is like him defending his actions and then saying like, I do think people are lazy and they should get jobs, but I do regret my choice of words.
That's like the worst apology is when a celebrity goes, I apologise for anyone that I offended.
Yeah, offended.
When
I
actually
apologise
what
for-
you're supposed to say is, I apologise for being offensive.
Yeah, or like, I apologize for my thinking being wrong and I'm going to change it and work on it. But instead he's like, you're all pussies and you're all offended and I'm sorry that you are offended.
And what was the reaction? So people,
Everyone was like,
was
delete
anyone
this.
sticking up for him?
I mean, I don't think so. He claims in the apology video that people were on his side and like no one really was. And then ends up deleting that apology video and then does another apology video, which is clearly scripted and written by a team of people. And it is much, much, much better, but clearly just bullshit because
Love a bit of crisis management.
it is I just couldn't get over it because it's so, what? Also, like, don't you have a group chat? Don't you have like a best friend you could text and be an asshole to? Just
Amazing.
be like, look at this freak. They don't have a job. Like, send that to your mate if you're a horrible person. Why do you think
It's very MAGA.
it's just gross? But anyway,
Are you going to see Harry Styles this year?
I am not a Harry Styles fan, but I'll listen to the music.
That's not
the music.
You are not allowed not to.
The
be
music's good. Music's good.
So what you don't
But
like
I'm not
him
like
as-
a big enough fan to go.
Right, you're not a stan. You're not one of the Harrys.
Yeah, no, but I'm not against it. It's just like if a song comes on, I'm like, yeah, that's not bad.
He launched his tour. So it's not strictly a tour. He's doing a series of residencies, right?
Oh, cool.
So he's doing Amsterdam, New York, London, and I'm sure there are others
Vegas.
as well. I think
Surely Vegas.
No, I think the only one he's playing in America is doing 30 dates at Madison Square Gardens.
Woof.
And he's
Because actually,
beaten.
Madison Square Gardens, it's not huge.
It's not huge.
Yeah.
No. But he's doing 12 nights at Wembley Stadium, which is beating Taylor Swift's record.
Wow, has he sold it out?
Yeah, well, funny, yeah.
Because
I
if
think,
you do 12 nights not sold out and Taylor does 10 sold out.
yeah, I think it has sold out in the UK. There was rumours, so it launched on I think Saturday night in Amsterdam. To mixed reviews, right?
Yeah, because I saw a clip of it and he's just wearing a blue shirt and trousers and he runs around.
So the stage is, and this is where a lot of the problems have come from, right? It's quite a spectacular stage. It's like a figure of 8 on a calculator. So it's like square with a line in the middle, like massive, and it spans pretty much the entire floor.
It looks like an Olympics BMX track.
Yeah. It's massive, and it has ramps and
Yeah.
like rate curves and bumps and all the rest of it. However, the problem I think being is, and it does feel like a bit of an oversight from the organisers and the technicians, is that the floor space is where I think you buy your VIP zones.
Oh, and they're at £7,000 a ticket.
And like crazy kind of prices, right? So that's where the VIP areas are, where you can get right up close to those kind of gangways, and Harry can be there. The problem is they've built them too high, so the people standing there can't actually see anything.
Wait, they're just looking
because it's too high. So there are
they're just looking at brick wall.
Yeah, a large portion of it is like, for instance, if the stage is going up, they're just like, I can literally see like when he's stood in front
It's like
of
looking
me,
at a side of a skateboard
but
ramp.
I can't see him when he's over there, and so it does feel like a bit of an oversight.
Damn, yeah, they didn't think that through. See, this is the one issue I have with the Harry Styles situation is he's not held anywhere near enough to the Taylor Swift standard. Like the brutality she gets about her dancing, her staging. She's like, oh, she only gave them a bonus of $500,000 each, and she only had 16 backup dancers trained, and she only had this and this and this. And then Harry's running around in like jeans and a shirt on a bunch of skateboard ramps, and I'm like, yeah, I think he should cop the heat and Taylor's. Either give neither of them heat, or give both of them the same amount of heat.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I mean,
he needs to be getting Taylor Swift level slanted for this, because if it was Taylor Swift who'd done that, there would be headline after headline after headline. Taylor Swift doesn't care about fans after they spend $7,000 on tickets, blocked view, da-da-da-da-da. And then she'd be like made to announce that she's repaying everybody and refunding the fees and doing a charity show.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, she did have a threat on her life.
Yeah.
Maybe Harry has. I don't know. Maybe
Probably.
That's
I just don't want anyone to get any flack or everyone to get every flack.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Okay.
Are you going to go?
I bought tickets, so I do have some tickets to go, and
I'll go.
and I paid for them. However, and I don't. This is no shade, right? I found the new album, relatively underwhelming.
Oh,
and I'm a fan of pop music, right? I love a bit of Taylor, love a bit of Sabrina, love a bit of
I love
Olivia,
Sabrina so much.
love a bit of Harry. The tunes, I think, are a little bit wishy-washy.
Right.
It's a transitionary album, right? And he has done well. You know, he's moved into George Michael territory.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it.
As opposed to kind of like being, I don't know, I would say he's bigger than Justin Timberlake now. You know, he's managed to, whereas Justin like migrated from NSYNC into kind of single like solo act. I think Harry is now at George Michael level.
I'd say Harry's up there, Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get that.
Huge.
I'd say he's probably more interesting than either of them.
Yeah. He's got a
And at least he's taking risks. I find I'm arguing against myself.
He's
here.
more Hackney. Do you know what I mean? Like he's
very Hackney.
Do you know what I mean? Like Taylor Swift is very mainstream, and so is Ed Sheeran. But Harry's done it.
If Harry's Hackney, where is Taylor in London? Chiswick.
Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Ed Sheeran is
and Ed would be, I don't know, Brentford.
He's on a farm.
It's on a farm.
Surely. I don't know. He's kind of got a bit of edge to him. Hats off to John Travolta and his latest red carpet fashion moment.
Oh my God.
I am
You can always rely on
thrilled.
John Travolta.
I am so thrilled to see this from him. He's wearing berets. He's wearing a Kangol hat. One of the best jokes, which I can't claim as my own, was put on.
No, do it.
No, I can't because it's my mate. Don McGovern said, actually, let me read it out because it was just written so fucking well. He put it like this, and I was like, this is what I'm thinking. John Travolta wearing hats. Sorry, I find him incredibly charming. Soft launching your late in life homosexuality via a multi-pack of berets.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Just to
John
clarify,
McGovern.
John Travolta has not declared himself a homosexual.
No, but if you were going to,
Yeah, that would
wearing
be
a multi-pack of berets would be your big chance.
that would be the way to do it.
He also looks great.
Does
out
he?
Of all the plastic surgery sections we've been in with his face,
Yeah.
he's currently got his face into a pretty good spot.
Okay.
And I think this is why we're wearing the berets, because I think underneath that beret is in fact Frankenstein level stitches.
Right, okay.
Where
So
he's actually gone into surgery. They've taken his entire scalp.
His buttocks are actually on his back of
Yeah,
his head.
and they've gone, was that on The Simpsons when they did the buttocks on the back? Someone did that. Anyway, they've gone, stitched him back up, and now he looks as close to what he should have looked like if he just aged naturally.
I was so pleased when he finally embraced his baldness.
Yeah, oh my God, I'm pleased when anybody embraces their baldness.
There's a great subreddit that's just called Bald.
Bald.
Right?
I love it.
It's the most wholesome subreddit ever, where guys send in pictures of themselves going, and it just says, is it time? And then people
People go, yeah, buddy. And those people are me.
yeah, and it's men kind of like reaffirming, and there's stock phrases, yes, it's time, or you are already bald.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's one of my favourite
It's been
ones.
time, buddy. But yeah, I'm a big fan of people going bald because one of my boyfriends, like my main boyfriend I had when I was like in my 20s, went bald when he was 15.
Oh man, that's tough.
And buzzed it straight away. No, it's the best because you're just always bald. You're like cool at high school with this buzz cut, and then no one ever knows any different. And then he would like push people to buzz it when he was at like house parties and stuff, because he'd be like going up to the drunk like, "G'day, mate." Sort of introduce myself. I actually went bald at the age of 15. So did you, I think. You just haven't realised.
Yeah.
Come with me to the bathroom, and people would get like buzzed.
I'm the truth sayer.
And you look so much, even people are like, oh, I don't think my head will suit it. I'm like, it's always going to look better than whatever the fuck Homer Simpson 2 strands of hair you have going on now.
So he did look majestic in a way that kind of like only Hollywood stylists could come up with that.
I'm loving it.
It's the precision grooming of the beard. He just looks quite dainty.
He's dainty in a sort of a butch way.
Yeah. And the same weekend, Nicolas Cage got photographed at the Spider-Man Noir premiere, looking equally as kind of like, what is going on?
Was he wearing a hat?
Equally as, no, he wasn't, but he was wearing a luxurious head of someone's hair.
Oh, yeah,
And
good for him.
the best thing was someone said, please, 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 can we now have a Face Off remake? Have you watched Face Off before?
Is that...
Oh, my God.
No, hang on, what one is that?
Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, directed by John Woo. It is an extraordinary
let's do it.
masterpiece of cinema.
Let's do
where they swap faces.
Well, maybe that's kind of what's happened here.
Well,
And
we're
that's
just- we're
why
just
he's wearing the
halfway-
hats.
We're just halfway through.
They've actually, instead of using CGI, they've just actually done it.
Yeah, I think you could be right. Bit of housekeeping. We put a clip up on TikToks and socials from last week's episode, and the clip of me talking about Robbie Williams. Do you remember me talking about Robbie Williams?
Yes, CCC Senor.
Couple of things. To all the people wanging on in the comments that Robbie Williams stole Angels, I know. Well, he didn't steal it. He paid someone. So Angels wasn't
What,
his song.
payday songwriter?
So what?
How crazy.
He heard someone sing it, and I think they paid him like 15 grand. But I wasn't saying that I was there when he wrote it. I was saying he was there when he sang it. So back off.
Yeah, people are nuts in the comments, man. If you say something slightly out of line.
People are nuts. Lots of people commenting and asking me who the nut couple were. Guys, that's what the Trenches Shredder is for.
That is what the shredder is
We
for.
can never, ever reveal it.
No.
Well, it's career ending.
It's career ending for me and them.
But Rich Ames got in touch. Thank you very much, Rich. He said, I skipped the Simon Cowell episode and dived into the BAFTAs episode, even though I have no interest in the BAFTAs. Thank you, I think.
Thank you.
I need to know the celeb couple. I can't tell you the celeb couple. That's why we have the shredder.
Yeah.
I also need to know whether you think Robbie wrote or stole Angels. See what I mean? It's like...
I'm stealing.
From what I gather, they paid... It existed in a demo form, right, by this guy. But they paid him for it and then created their version of it.
Which is an extremely normal way for music to get made.
But I would also say that, like, just because they paid this other guy for it and then went on to have a hit, doesn't mean that guy would have had a hit with Angels.
Exactly.
Because, like, FYI, he wasn't Robbie Williams.
Exactly. Songwriters do this all the time, especially if it's not working for them. They sell it to someone else. You know the song Rihanna's Bitch Better Have My Money? So that was written by a songwriter.
Was it?
Who had written so many fucking songs for different artists and was on a tight deadline that she wrote the song Bitch Better Have My Money about Rihanna paying her for this track. So Rihanna is singing about an invoice.
Rihanna's singing her own diss track.
Bitch Better Have My Money is I'm the bitch and I better pay her for these lyrics.
Nice.
I can't remember what documentary I saw that on. Somebody fact check it, but that's the story I've somehow managed to believe. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah. Okay. Steve, with 3 E's, commented on TikTok at Celebrity Trenches about the Simon Cowell interview. There was a bit where I talked about that he spent £2,000 to stay in the Mandarin Oriental because his boiler was broken. Steve's gone, 2K for a hotel bath when a new boiler fitted would be less. Now, possibly, I would also argue probably that the boiler at Simon Cowell's house
is worth more than I make a year.
Is not your everyday Valiant combi.
It's actually the engine room from the Titanic.
Correct.
They actually dug it up from the bottom of the ocean.
300 poor people.
Got it working again. Yeah.
And a violinist just lying in bed.
Still playing. Yeah. Still playing.
And also, like my Robbie Williams story, where I was talking about his relatively bad behaviour, loads of people calling me a snitch. It's like, I think Robbie is his own snitch, right?
I think if you watch the documentary and the film, that man has snitched on himself enough done times.
Yeah. Love Robbie, you bad grass. He robbed that song. Yeah, not buying this from what I've seen footage-wise of his recording of Angels. I don't know how to respond to it. He's not a grass. Just lots of people getting in touch saying, I'm a bad grass and Robbie Williams robbed that song.
Does grass mean snitch?
Grass means snitch, and as we know, snitches get stitches.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, and John Travolta has a lot of them on his head, I believe.
Yeah. John Travolta has done a lot of snitching. He is snitched. Well, it's been lovely to see you.
Yeah, great to see you too.
Who knows what will have happened in Celeb World by the time we get together again next week.
Well, I really hope Lee has been found.
I know. Justice for Lee. Although it's a bank holiday Monday next weekend, so I think we're recording it early. So I mean, God,
we're going to be.
We're all over
the next episode is going to something better happen, please. Otherwise, we're going to have to bring out stories from our own past and change the names.
Well, maybe the Strictly thing will have been announced.
Oh yes.
My God, because
she's
get
dating,
on with it.
Is she dating Thingy?
What?
No, we'll talk about it in the next episode. Actually,
no. It was Strictly. Can we please put everyone out of the misery? Announce the Strictly judge.
I need to know.
The rumor is Emma Willis and Josh Widdicombe.
Oh, I thought, because I thought you said that they were dating.
Who, Emma and Josh? No, Emma and Matt Willis.
Are they dating? Headline.
No.
I'm going to start that rumour.
No, are they dating?
Yeah, I'm going to start it.
Well, that's the Strictly curse begins here.
I'm going to start it.
Oh, dear. Well, that's the rumour. Let's just get on with it so we can all please just move on with our lives. Get in touch with us. Leave a comment below. If you can hit the subscribe button, that would also be great. Leave a comment on Spotify or YouTube or at Celebrity Trenches on TikTok or Instagram or WhatsApp us. It's all in the show notes. I've been Jamie East.
I've been Alice Brine.
See you next time.
Bye.